Sim's got 185 here. Join us on the runway. Just putting full power in. We've just downloaded the New World update for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and it's updated London. So what we're going to do here, guys, is just do something that we wouldn't really do in real life, but we're going to take off from London City. This is runway 27, and we're just going to fly across London. Hopefully land at Heathrow if we get our bearings right. Let's see what happens. But yeah, thought it'd be quite fun, guys, just to check this new new update out. We're not flying in real world weather because it is raining in London at the moment, and we are flying sort of during the day, even though it's the evening in London at the moment. So this is sort of hot off the press. Downloaded it this evening after work, and looking forward to seeing what it looks like. Let's get outside the plane and just see what the buildings, etc. look like. A good level of detail is what we're expecting here, and hopefully not too much of a performance hit. So let's get on our way. First building I can definitely see is the O2 Arena, used for many a gig, and so we're starting obviously in the east side of London, and then we're going to literally just head straight ahead, much like all my other flights, really keep it simple, and hopefully hit Heathrow at some point, but we'll just fly down the river and take in the sights. You can see the cable car. It's a little bit, kind of looks like 28 days later, doesn't it? It's sort of a bit beaten up. Well, it doesn't look very safe. I've never got on it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's probably more safe looking than that is. But look, the O2 Arena looking resplendent in terms of the way that it has been modelled. That looks super good. So positive start, guys. Continue down this way and get a little bit of height, just so we're not so low to the ground. And on our left is the City of London, so big financial district in the City of London. It's where the banks are, and it's a sort of Canary Wharf way if you're on the underground. So let's have a little gander over here and have a little look. That building there looks a little bit worse for wear, but then some crisp ones. So you've got the HSBC building here and City, which is great. The rest of the city off the right hand side looks pretty good too. I can jump outside, see if we can see anything of note. The Olympic Park should be over there somewhere, but we're probably not close enough to see it. But yeah, I mean, it's a great level of detail, this, guys. You can see looking out, it looks like a proper city. And if you look closely below on the roads, like down here, you'll see some traffic, which is a great little addition to sunken boats below us. So yeah, this looks fantastic from my perspective, guys. So, a bit higher up now, what do we got in front of us? The Gherkin off the nose here. The walkie-talkie, which has a much more official sounding name than that. The Shard, and all the bridges, and we'll head down because we'll get towards sort of, I can see in the distance the what I like to call the Millennium Wheel. It used to be, I think that, no. Thanks, air traffic control. Let's just
City Tower Diamond Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra
go back to him,
frequency
get him out our hair. So yeah, it's looking pretty good at the moment from my perspective, guys. High up over the city. Some bridges. That's Tower Bridge down there, which is looking pretty fantastic, to be honest. That's London Bridge Station, one of the hubs that brings trains and brings commuters into London. You can see the well, I like to call it the Millennium Wheel. It's probably not called that anymore. I think it's sponsored by Coca-Cola now. But we'll head down that way. It's quite interesting in the distance. Things look a little blurry, and I think it's just my graphic settings. Everything looks a little bit blurry there, and it will start to convert into buildings. I don't think that's the end of the world. When you're coming to land at, say, Heathrow and you're high up, it's probably not the end of the world that it does that. It just helps save your graphics. But like, that's Waterloo Station there, looking like a big old snake. But you can see it's starting to refine. It's trying to render it as we go over the top. But then you've got these crispness of this wheel here, which is good. You've got Westminster there. I think I saw off the nose on our grand tour, Buckingham Palace, which which, yeah, it's actually, sorry, just down here. It's where the Queen likes to stay. It's quite interesting with these buildings loading in, guys. It's, I don't think it looks too bad from high up. Other people will be a lot more fussy about these sort of things and what they want to go in, but I'm alright with that. If it helps the performance of the simulator, I'm okay with that. I think it works okay for me. Where are we coming on to now? I think this is, I want to say Charing Cross. It could be, or Blackfriars maybe. Probably Blackfriars. So we'll continue down the river, see what else we can see. So you can see it gets a lot crisper as you go in, and that's probably just my sort of depth. I think there's a, I can't remember what the term is, but there's a way that the simulator loads in distance. It's sort of just how quickly it'll load in buildings in distance, and maybe I just need to up mine slightly, but yeah, this looks good for me at the moment. Yeah, I mean, that looks pretty spectacular down there. Getting a bit of reflection off the river from the sun, which is fine. Where else do we get down here? So we're coming into sort of West London now. Battersea area. They'll have the power station. But yeah, quite impressed with this at the moment, guys. It's looking pretty good. And obviously they can be refinements, they can be sort of a bit more detail that they put in into these things, and everyone will have their own opinion. Over there, in the distance, you can see Wembley with the famous arch. It's pretty cool. We're now heading towards sort of Kew Gardens. Let's head over there and follow the river. Just so you can see Heathrow off our nose here, so that's where we're going to go at the end of all this. Turning towards Wembley, to the north that we can see there. Cricket ground down to our left hand side, an athletics track. It's a bit of London I'm not so familiar with. I think there's some wetlands around here and sort of a nature reserve. What else can we see? So over this side. I did see on my first route over here, Chelsea's football ground. And we might have gone past it by now. So we'll jump outside and see what we can see. That looks pretty good actually, guys. So it's bits of the city that sort of load in a bit slower than others, but I think that looks pretty fantastic in that shot. I think it's got some really good graphics that we that have loaded in, and yeah, this part coming into London Heathrow is pretty fantastic. I think I'm doing okay height wise. Let's jump back in. Yeah, it's fine. Keep having a look around. Can't see the distance though. Over this way, that's Twickenham. And yeah, we might have just missed Chelsea's ground there. Let's see. Yeah, it might be there. I guess it's okay. Yeah, I'm alright with this, guys. I think this. Oh, actually, hold on. This might be. Ooh, he says, trying to control his joystick. Chelsea's ground. Yeah, I'll try another one. I think you can actually see Chelsea's ground. It's a point of interest, and it's pretty well modelled. So yeah, it looks pretty good from my perspective. Pretty happy with it. Look of the building sort of just loading in, which, like, it probably is my settings. Let's go over Twickenham and then we'll go and land. Yeah, it might just be my settings, guys, that sort of took that loading point in, and maybe not make it look as crisp as before. But I think like some of these overhead shots that we get here look pretty good. So we'll go. Yeah, this is that's Twickenham. Definitely recognise that from days out there. So we'll do that, and then we'll swing around to the right hand side, land at Heathrow, and hopefully the whistle stop tour guys over the city. But we'll give you an idea of sort of what's in store when you download the update. What buildings are sort of being modelled. There are other cities that have been modelled in great detail, and we can maybe check those out in a separate video. I know London quite well. Lived lived here for a number of years. So yeah, cool. Look at that. Pretty well modelled. You can sort of see right into the stadium. That's cool. That is a really good level of detail with the cars outside it. Let's see, we've got the rugby posts up. Beautiful. Okay, let's bank away and get ourselves set up for a bit of an approach at Heathrow. Pretty cool to be able to do this in the simulator as well, guys. You wouldn't do this in real life. You would be getting sheltered at quite a lot. I think the houses look great though, guys. Look at that. I think that's very cool. Very good level of detail. You can point spot your own house, and I have done it. I have flown to where my house is. It's a bit blurry. I haven't done it with the new update, and I might do it just to see if it's been improved. But look at that for an approach. So it's quite interesting. I think it's got better as we've headed out west to Heathrow. Maybe that was just a simulator loading up in terms of graphics, but yeah, I'm pretty impressed with this, guys. Be interesting to do it sort of in a long hauler, sort of the Airbus, and landing into Heathrow and seeing what that view looks like as you approach over London, because I imagine it looked pretty spectacular. But yeah, this is it's been pretty cool just to sort of share with you guys what it looks like. Let's do our approach. We'll get our speed back. Got one stage of flapping already. I was a bit keen with that. Just keep it coming down. Big runway, so we can't stuff this up, guys. This is going to be embarrassing if we do. Heathrow's already been modelled in the in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's one of the sort of more detailed airports that you can buy in the, I think it's the deluxe edition, which I have. Again, look at the traffic down here, guys. I think some of the attention to detail is great. Got some trucks down here, car park. And yeah, I just think the simulator is looking better and better. Yeah, it was interesting. Those buildings, it looked like they'd been in sort of 28 days later. I'm hoping that's just something that happened sort of just when it's loading in. It's not the end of the world though, guys. You're not down there on the street walking through these buildings. You're just using them in a flight simulator. And you can see as we get towards the ground here, the level of sort of detail being simulated in terms of the cars in the car park there, coming into the runway. It looks pretty spectacular, actually. I'm pretty spoiled with this at the moment, and I'm trying to talk and land at the same time. It'll be fine. Something they've also updated in the simulator, and you can see them, there are quite a lot of these big yellow signs now. So before, the taxiways were pretty difficult to spot, but you can see now they're a lot easier. Just do a little flyby down the runway. There we go. But you can see now those signs are a lot bigger and a lot easier to spot as we come down. In fact, some of them are huge. It's interesting what Asobo have done with that. So we'll just park up here, guys. Hopefully that is super useful in terms of a bit of a review of what we're looking at. Click the like button, hit subscribe if you want to see some more videos like this. But hopefully that's a useful canter through Microsoft Flight Simulator and the new update. Alright, cheers guys.